Hello again, FME friends. Here's a quick video about the very best transformer in all of FME, which is, well, what would you say it is? How would we even go about defining which is the very best transformer? Well, one way would be to say which is the most used transformer, because if it's the most used, it must be the most useful. Another way will be to say, well, which transformer has the fewest known issues, the fewest enhancement requests, i.e. it just does what we want it to do. So if I take those two numbers actually and sort of merge them together, what I found is the transformer that's got the best ratio of most used to fewest known issues is the coordinate system setter. So that's a transformer that's used very often, more often than you'd think. If you look at the list of transformers, it's quite higher than you'd expect. So we're going to have a look at that today and figure out what it does and why we would use it. So this workspace hits an API with a HTTP caller and deals with the JSON that we get returned with the JSON fragmenter. And that was covered in my previous video, which you should go and watch now. Then I create vertices out of the lat long data it returns. And when I do that, the data appears. Where is it? Right there, right in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, 0, 0, Null Island. Basically, FME doesn't know where to put it because there is no known coordinate system for it. Now, why is that? Well, the HTTP caller returned information from this API, but the information didn't include anything related to the coordinate system. We don't know that. Now, in most cases, we'd say, well, lat long 84 is our basic, and it's probably the same, except when you look at the longitude here, 359.546, 359.555, that is not your usual range of longitude. Normally for us, longitude is 0 to 180 going east, and the west side is 0 to minus 180. This is 359 degrees. So I think what's happening here is we're starting at 0, we're going all the way around to 180, and then we're just carrying on like 225, 270, 315, and back round to 360 and 0 again. So our longitude goes all the way around the world and back to 0, which is not common. So it's no wonder FME didn't recognize it when we tried to look at the data. So how do I fix that? Well, with the coordinate system setter, I just have to tell FME what coordinate system we're actually using. And in this case, it's a fairly rare one called LL360. You may never have even heard of that. You probably won't even see it in the coordinate system list. It's sort of hidden away, but it's still there and you can still type it in. LL-360, and that deals with data that goes around the world in longitude from 0 to 360. And we can prove that because when we look at the data out of there we go. It actually puts it into the right position, and FME says, oh yeah, that's LL360. I know what to do with it now. Now, still, for my purposes, I'm going to send this to a different map or a different output, which probably isn't going to know about that coordinates. So what I'm going to do is just reproject that from LL360 to LL84, and yeah, that will. That's all I really need out of this. So that's a very quick video about yeah, the best transformer, coordinate system setter, what it does, why it does it. We use it because we want FME to know what coordinate system data we're working with. And it's so popular, I think, because so much of our source data, like from this API, is untagged with any coordinate system. And in that case, we need to tag it. And in this case, it was with that LL-360 coordinate system. But it helped me get the data into the right position. It helps me reproject it, because if I didn't set it, I couldn't use the reprojector either. So yeah, that's what that transformer's for. So And now you know what it does and why it's the best. So if you haven't used it, go check it out. Thanks again for watching this video, and I'll see you next time. Okay, bye folks.